Let's bring in our next guest, Tim Mannix. Tim, how's it going, buddy?
Good to see
You're
you.
a magician.
I am.
I noticed from the area code that you're not from Fresno.
No, I moved here 2 years ago, but I've kept my cell phone number. Who knows why?
How long have you been a magician?
Since I was about 9 years old.
You got a magician's kit?
I got
Back of the comics book?
Oh, absolutely.
Out of the cereal
No,
box?
it was TV. 1970s TV.
Doug Henning.
Not quite. Marshall Brodeen, which is not somebody you would hear.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Doug Henning.
There was a thing called the TV Magic Kit, and I had to have it when I saw it.
Briefcase?
It was a little briefcase.
Nice.
And it had little tricks.
Nice.
And this rice bowl trick.
Just keep it weird.
That's right. That's right. And I got into it seriously. So
So you start performing for the neighborhood kids, backyard magic shows.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And then there was an old folks home across the street, and I'm like, okay, because there's a captive audience there. So I did a free show for them, and they loved it, and that was the beginning of it all.
So you got your first standing O? Or
Sitting
partial room, probably.
They would have stood had they been able to.
So your first big trick was what?
Like, wow, good question. Ooh,
That's right.
No one ever asked me that question. The square circle. You don't know what that is? It's a box.
I know the difference.
There you go. It's a box trick. So you show a box empty, and inside is a cylinder, and then they nest together, and you pull out all this stuff. And people go, wow. Or not.
So, or not. Okay. Do you remember the Brady Bunch where they... Peter the Great?
It was Peter.
Peter the Great, and he makes Bobby disappear, freaks Cindy out. Did that have anything to do with you wanting to be a magician?
No, that was... that just reaffirmed that I was on the right path.
So when did you start doing it professionally?
When I was in high school, I started getting little shows, and I was in talent shows.
Like doing little kids' birthday parties, things like that?
Absolutely. And then I actually did the State Fair of Oklahoma, where I grew up. And I didn't know, today that's called corporate magic, or trade show magic. So who knew that back then I was doing corporate magic? Do
you do the big tricks, or do you do in your face?
You know what? There's 3 levels. There's kind of in your face. Then there's what we call stand-up magic, where it's kind of cabaret style, kind of like a stand-up comedian. And then there's the big stage stuff where you saw some lady in half, which is really odd. Basically magicians are men that torture women that work with them. Essentially, was what's going on. I don't know how that started. There's commentary over there.
It's because they want it.
Is that what it is? I just think it's odd. I will stick this woman in a cabinet where she can't get away, and then I'll jab her with a bunch of knives. Nothing personal.
Traveling with any entertainer, it can get at times a little irritable between the two.
Sure.
Can you imagine being in a little bit of a tiff and having being able to?
I'm sure it's happened. Let me show you. I actually recently did a close-up gig and for a guy's 50th birthday party, and I want to show you something. I brought it today. Cool. Actually, you have it. It's a $1 bill.
I do. I have a $1 bill. Kim let me out with one today.
Nice.
So that's your daily allowance there. So this is
daily.
This is your. I didn't give this to you. This is yours, right?
Right.
So when a magician borrows something from somebody, especially money people have an emotional reaction to money. So whether they know it or not, you show them
make it into 100. See how emotional I get.
All right. Well, not really taking requests today, but I know what you mean. I'll do my best. Now that's called doubling your money, but that's a bad joke. And you said you were in charge of those, right? So you're killing me.
It's okay.
All right. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. But I'm just going to do it. There it is. A little blow like that. And usually what I tell people is they will visually see this change to quarters. And it does. Not like they think, but different quarters. Well, like that. Kind of like that.
Oh, can I touch that?
Sure. Okay. You don't take that to the 7-Eleven. They'll never take it. Sometimes people applaud. Sometimes they just sit.
Yeah. Thank you. It was my dollar.
That was a close one.
It was my dollar.
Yeah.
Great dollar.
Yeah.
Great dollar.
Okay.
Now, I could try and change that into 100. I don't know if I can do it. Would you like me to try?
Please. A couple times. It'd be great.
Let's see. I have to remember the sequence.
I tell you what. How many people? If you could do that 4 times, we can all go to lunch after the show.
Yeah.
Where are we going to lunch? That'd be great. Look, there's a one. Oh man, it's not a $100 bill, but it is
Oh.
a one. There we go. Okay.
Thank you for putting my $1 bill back together.
What can I say?
Is it the same one? Okay. Now you got a bag over there. Your bag of
yeah,
tricks.
yeah. Listen, so I what do I got here? This is honestly one of my favorite tricks. And now there was a guy in the 1970s. You might remember.
Doug Henning.
No, not him. All right, we'll go with that. There was a guy named Doug Henning, and this is a trick that he did not do. But another guy did this trick named Uri Geller. He was.
I remember Uri Geller.
I figured you would.
He could stare at things and make them bend.
Like
a fork.
Like a spoon.
Oh.
Or a fork. Now, he said, and this is the big deal about Uri Geller, he said it was real, that he could really do this, that he was using the power of his mind, which we know as magicians was fiction. But he was on the Carson show and failed because they said, no, we'll bring you the forks.
Oh, he had special forks.
He had special forks. But anyway.
Tenedor Special.
What can I say? I'm going to... I'm not gonna bend this spoon, but I am gonna alter its physical makeup. Does that make sense?
It.
But
Can I help?
I am gonna. Yes, I want you to concentrate. I am gonna use the power of my mind. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So I need to turn a little bit this way, and so everybody can see in the audience.
Oh no! Don't we want to see this way for the camera?
Sorry. Where's the camera?
Over this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pointing to it. Look at that. Okay. Watch carefully. You'll see this happen. Look at that, Chuck. Check it out. Do you see it? Did you see it happen?
It's bending right there, isn't it?
Well, it's not bending. It's I'm altering the physical makeup. I mean, it was a spoon, but now it's a fork. So.
Whoa, dude!
I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That was fun. Can you turn it back?
No, I don't. No. I haven't learned that yet.
It's okay. I'll watch another trick.
Sometimes there's no going back.
I understand. I've been in a lot of those situations where I wish I had some magic.
What have I? Oh yeah.
Oh no! I want another one.
What does that mean?
We
what
can
does
go.
that
No,
mean?
I want another one. Do another one.
You do?
Yeah.
Hang on. I gotta.
Hey! What kind of trick is this?
I'm out of town. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Okay, this is the quarter trick. Here's the camera. Quarter trick, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna just point to one.
That one.
Okay. Hold on to that. Put that in your hand. Open your hand. Squeeze it. Palm down. Beautiful. Check this out. Now, this is the washer trick. You know what makes a washer a washer? The hole in it.
The hole in it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's called a slug. Look, if I remove the hole, hang on, just take that out of there. And if now I'm not going to throw away a perfectly good hole. I'll give it there. But that's now a slug. And yours is, I guess it's a washer with 2 holes. Show. Go ahead, hold it at the camera. So
what?
Oh, wow.
Nice. All right.
The extra hole.
There you go.
Wow. Who knew? All right. Do you have a show coming up?
Do I have a show coming up? Just private parties.
Okay.
Mostly.
How do they get a hold of you for a private
They
party?
go to the Fresno Magician, because there's only one. Or they can call me, which obviously the phone number's on the website, but I'd be happy to come do their party or event. Or
You like kids' parties, adult parties?
You know what? I like adult parties because, I'll do kids' parties, but the adults get all the jokes and they're a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is it more adult-type jokes?
It's not too blue, but it's bluish. Can be bluish.
Okay. Tim Mannix, thanks for coming on,
Thanks,
buddy.
Chuck.
All right, let's hear it for Tim. Yeah. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Stick around.